Today, discuss about the first poem. Grandma climbs a tree. The poem written by poet Ruskin Boy. The Grandma climbs a tree, one of the favorite poem for Ruskin Boy. You go to the poem before, an interesting story. Same parallels the story of Grandma. I say, related story. Here there. Once there was a grandmother who is very greedy by nature. She 85 years old lady and she had 3 sons and 5 grandsons. She was loved by all. All the grandsons are loved. But the old lady had too much fashion at playing the marbles game. Very interested marbles game. She used to spend her day by playing with marbles with family members. Very enjoyed. Whenever the grandsons rushed with kindness towards her, she never even entertained them but ordered them to unkind words. They say unkind. One day, when Granny was slept, all the family members played the marbles game, and one of the family members stole the marbles. Is their habit. But after some time, she wake up. All the family members play the marbles. She was crying like a baby. At that time, all the family members returned the marbles. She was very happy. And then continued the game. And at that time, she was very happy in the family. So, what is the theme of this story? One of the person who liked the game, whenever you stopped the game, was very sad. But you win the game, was very happiness. This is the theme of this story. As the same as the story, Grandma Climbs a Tree, written by Ruskin Boy. Was a Ruskin Boy. Was Ruskin Boy? Was Ruskin Boy? Grandma Climbs a Tree, poet, written by Ruskin Boy. Spelling Ruskin Boy. Ruskin Boy. 1 mark, multiple choice. or quiz competition. Who is the poet written by Grandma Claims a Tree? Answer? Ruskin Boy. What was the history of the Ruskin Boy? Was a famous novelist. Was a famous novelist. He written the novel at the age of 17. He was a more than 17-year-old boy. At the time written a novels. It was a famous novels. The Room on the Roof. First novel. Very famous. He was more than 30 novels written in your life. Very popular in the world. He read the same poem. Grandma Claims a Tree. First I read now. Open your book. My grandmother was a genius. You are like to know why? Because she could climb trees, spreading her eye. She had be up their branches in a trice. And mind you, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62. Ever since childhood, she had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a leaf. One of the difficult words in this poem, word, first time, genius, spelling, G-E-N-I-U-S. What is the meaning of genius? Genius means very intelligent, very attractive. Who was genius? Grandma was a genius. Why? How can you say Grandma was a genius? Let's continue. You are like to know why? Why? What is the reason? Grandma was a genius because. Second, let's start. Because she could climb trees. She could climb trees. Why? What is the reason? The genius. Grandma was a very genius because she could climb trees. Spreading or high. Spreading. All the trees spread over the land. Spreading. Or high. Height. Is very high. She climbed it. Not only spread, but also high trees. Also, Grandma was a genius. Grandma was a genius. Because, why? She could climb trees. She had be up their branches in a trice. Second, trice. Very quickly. Very quickly. She climbed a tree. There is no slope. She climbed a tree very thrice. And mind you, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62 years. 62 years. Up to she, grandma, climbed a tree up to 62 years old lady. Even since childhood, she learned to climb a tree in childhood, only 6 years old. You start to climb a tree, 6 years old. The word baby, a girl. At the time, she learned to climb a tree by her brother. Living brother, when she was only 6. Today, she was 62 years old lady. She climbed it. And though, as years went by, she would be told. All the family members told that climbing tree should stop. You climb the tree, stop. Because she was very old lady, age 62 years. How many years old lady?
62 years.
How many years?
62 years.
62 years. Old lady, also all the family members said. That growing old should be gone about gracefully. Gracefully. But she had laughed and said, he rejected her suggestion, laugh and say, you will go disgracefully. Gracefully opposite? Disgracefully. I can do it better, she said. I refer to grandma. She said, I can do it better. And we had to agree. For all they got, there was a tree. Not only one tree, all they got as a tree climbed there. She had not been up at one time or another. Abigail learned to climb from loving brother when she was 6. She climbed a tree, learned how many age?
6.
Only 6 years old girl. She learned to climb a tree by her living brother. When she was 6, but it was feared by all that one day she had a terrible fall. One day she climbed a tree but could not come down. Although fall down. She climbed a tree one day. She could not come down. She was fall down. The outcome different. she climbed a tree, could not come down. At that time, grandma's family member go to the town. She climbed a tree, could not come down, she fall. At that time, all the members come to the house. She admitted the hospital. The doctor took granny's temperature. First day, the doctor check up your grandmother. The temperature is high. Temperature is high. I strongly recommended. The doctor strongly recommended 1 week bed rest. 1 week bed rest. But grandma could not take the bed rest. Grandma could not take bed rest like a hill. Bed rest like a hill. Not interested. Confined to her bedroom by every breeze whispered of summer and dancing leaves. At the time she admitted in the hospital, he saw the trees. But she had held her peace till she felt stronger. Day by day, she was very stronger, healthy. Then she sat up and said, one day she said, I will lie here no longer. Said to his son, I am no interested in the hospital. I am go to my house, demanded his son. And she called my father and told him undoubtedly. At the time that a house in a tree top, she demanded house in a tree top. One of the challenge, she said that house in a tree top, what now wanted. At the time, my dad knew his duties. Poets and poets' dad started the duty for build a house in a tree top. That is all right. You will have what? Well, dear, I will start work tonight. The poet and poet's father started the work tonight. Mean that night. With my expert assistance. Mean poet is expert assistance. He helped the build a house in a tree top. He soon finished a chore. C-H-O-R-E, chore. Means work. Finished the work. Means build a house in a tree top. Made a tree house with windows and door. Windows and door. You build a house in the tree top. The house include a door and windows. So Granny moved up. Granny moved up. And now every day I climb a roof with glasses and tray. I refer to poet. The poet climbed a tree, goes to the grandmother's house with glasses and tray. She sits there in a state and drinks a sherry. Yellow color white sherry. She drinks a sherry. Upholding the right to reside in a tree. This is upholding. What was the upholding? She demanded claim a house in a tree farm. This is demand. But lastly, she very happy lived in a tree farm. This poem in annual examination 4 marks questions. Questions. Write a summary of the poem. Grandma climbs a tree. Or how can you say grandma was a genius? There are 8 points or 10 points in the summary. A say flashcard. You write the 10 points. Point number 1. Grandma claims tree written by Ruskin Bard. Half marks. 4 marks. You write the 8 points. Each half marks. Point number 1. Grandma claims a tree. Point written by Ruskin Bard. Point number 1. 2 was a genius. Grandma was a genius. Bullet points or highlight points in this poem. She loved trees. I or spread means she loved a tree. 62 years old lady. You Lord climbed a tree. She 62 years. You started beginning to learn to climb a tree only 6 years. Only 6 years. By her loving brother. Loving brother. One day she climbed a tree, could not come down. She fall down. Next point, fall down. Could not come down. At that time you admitted the hospital. The doctor advised 1 week bed rest. How many days? 1 week bed rest. Bed rest like a yell. Bed rest like a yell. At that time, she demanded her son to build a house in a tree top. She demanded you build a house in a tree top. Poet's father and son tonight build a house on a tree top. She suddenly climbed a tree. fulfillness. Mean upholding. Upholding the wishes. The main word. On an examination, how did you grandmother upholding you? Live very happily. So, these 10 points, very important in this summary. First word, you say, tell me, first word. First word, grandma written by Ruskin point. First point. Second point. Grandma was a genius. Third point. Grandma was a learning voice. Climbed a tree. 6 years. She stopped the climb a tree. How many years old lady? 62 years. She was gracefully. Opposite word? Disgracefully. Find Ruskin boy. Genius. 6 years. 62 years. Gracefully. Disgracefully. One day, she climbed a tree, could not come down. Could not come down. Means she fall down. Fine. The doctor advised. What was the advice? 1 week bed rest. She agreed? No. Why? She liked the nature. She lived in the outside. She said, bed rest like a She discharged the hospital, come to the home. She said to her son, one commanded authority, one what was the demand? Build a house in a tree top. Build a house in a tree top. Our son is fulfilled her wishes. Me, poet and her father started the work, build a house. She lived in a house in the tree house. In the tree house. Very important summary in your midterm examination or annual examination. You must and should learn the 10 points. 10 points. Question. Multiple choice. Grandma was a dash. Quiz. Fill in the blank suitable word. First line. Grandma was a dash. Grandma was a genius. Genius means very intelligent. Very question then. Why did grandma was a genius? Because she could climb a trees. How many years old today? 62 years old lady. But she learned to climb a tree how many years old? 6 years. Only 6 years. 6 years. Learned by? Learned by? Who is the supported learned by the climb a tree? Loving brother. Loving brother learned by climb a tree. Grandma. She said gracefully. But she said disgracefully. Family member says gracefully. But grandma says disgracefully. One day, family members all went to the town. At that time, she climbed a tree. Could not me. At that time, she admitted it. What was the doctor advised? 1 week. 1 week? Bed rest. She laid with the bed rest? She compared to bed rest like it? Bed rest like it? Yes. Bed rest like it? Yes. She cured. Lastly, come to the home. One of the demand a son. What was the demand? Build a house in a tree. Build a house in a tree. At the time, her son built a house in a tree. Helped for his son, quiet is helped the build a house. She lived very happily in the house in a tree. Lastly, she upholding his land. He is successful. She saw a tree. Lastly, she successfully saw the tree. Helped for the son and poet. Helped for the build a house. This is the main topic. You see, when bullet points, one by one, see. There are 10 bullet points in the summary. Anyone, you say one by one points. Stand and say. Point number 1. Point number 1. Bullet points, 10 points. Point number 1. One by one. One person. One points. Point number 1. Point number 1. Nana.
Grandmother, eaten by rescue dog.
The poem. Grandma climbs a tree. Written by rescue dog. One point. Sit down. Second point. Who's it? Second point. Stand. Another. Second point.
Grandmother is genius.
Very good. Grandmother was a genius. Second point. Third point. Third point. Raise your hand. Third point. Third point. Grandma was a today 62 years old lady. Very good. Point number 4. Point number 4. Now,
Grandma was 6 years old.
6 years he learned the climbing tree by
6 years old.
by
Loving brother.
loving brother. Very good. Loving brother. Sit down. Next point. Next point. People said it was gracefully. Very good. Sit down. Next point. Next point. Wait. Gracefully opposite. Gracefully opposite word. Gracefully opposite word. Wrong.
Disgracefully.
Disgracefully. Disgracefully. She was disgracefully. Next. Next point.
One day she climbed a tree but could not come down.
One day she climbed a tree, could not come down. Sit down. Next point. Next point. Everyone.
Doctor advised 1 week bed rest.
Doctor advised 1 week bed rest. Very good. Sit down next. Anybody? Next point. Next point. Amito. Next point. Bed rest like a. Bed rest like a. L. What was the demand?
When we pay it, we have when we pay.
What was the demand? His son. The grandma. What was the demand? Her son. Build a house in a treetop. It is important word. You build a house in a treetop. Successfully. The poet and her son built a house. Lastly, she lived very happily. Very happily. Lived in the house. That is summary. This is the conclusion. You make one of the demand. I will got a good mark in English. 8 for 80. You challenge it. You work on it. That's same as grandma. Still, practice hard work. Get a good mark. You fulfill your dream. That's same as you. Also, in annual examination, there are 4 marks. There are 4 marks in the exam. There are 8 or 10 points. You must and should write the answer. Very easy. Only bullet points. I say, next you repeat. What I say? First point, G Ruskin point. Second point, genius. Third point, 6 years. Next point, 62 years. Next point, gracefully. Next point, disgracefully. Next point, one day she climbed a tree, could not come down. Next point, the doctor advised 1 week bed rest. Bed rest like a L. Lastly, her son will be a woman. Right now, how can you say? How can you say grandma was a genius? Grandma was a genius. Next question. Next question. How did grandmother? How did grandmother upholding her dreams? Upholding. Last name word upholding her dreams. Tomorrow you write the answer. There are 8 or 10 points. Question should. But only read, you understand and write the points. This is one of the very important poem in your SLC or your examination purpose. Also, all the students you compulsory learn 10 points. Ready?